How to improve your memory. Let your mind flow. Do not force it. I just want to mention that we all have a perfect memory, just as we all have a perfect will. We have perfect imagination, intuition. We are perfect throughout it. We just don't know how to use these faculties or these gifts yet properly. Nobody taught us in school, and we certainly didn't learn at home. But just follow with me here, and I think we'll have some fun. So don't force anything, because forcing anything negates it. So my mentor told me a little exercise to use to improve my memory, and I'm going to pass that on to you because I think it's funny. Or it's not funny, but it works. So get some paper and start by putting 10 numbers on the paper, 1 through 10 going down the page. And once you've done that, you might want to stop this as you do that so I don't get too far ahead of you. Then put the word run next to the number 1, and zoo next to number 2, tree to next to number 3, door next to 4, 5 by next to 5, the word sticks by 6, the word heaven by 7, gate by 8, wine by 9, and the word den by 10. Now if you haven't got them all, just stop here and go back and you can catch them all before we move on. Now I want you to imagine a pen running around the room by the word run. These are ridiculous, but just imagine that for a moment and go along with me because this is fun. Now I want you to picture a monkey reading your book in a zoo. It's kind of wild, but picture that. And I want you to imagine looking out your front yard or your backyard, wherever you have trees, and picture a tree in your yard or in the neighbor's yard, wherever you want, where there's stopwatches, gold stopwatches hanging on it. That would look pretty funny. And then the next one, I want you to picture a calculator coming right through your front door. Just missed you. Right through the front door, a calculator. And for 5, I want you to remember the word hive with microphones sticking out of it. That's kind of funny too, but again, picture that. And 6 would be sticks sticking out of a styrofoam cup. Easy to remember. Heaven is cashew nuts with wings on it flying by. It's pretty ridiculous, but cashew nuts flying by. And the heaven that I'm talking about is what children think of as the blue sky and the white clouds and that sort of thing. And number 8 would be a swinging gate with bottles of water on it, but they're not falling off. So that's kind of interesting. Red wine for 9 being poured over some important documents at your lawyer's office. Can you imagine the look of the lawyer's face pouring red wine all over those documents? And for 10, I want you to picture a den, whether you have one or you've seen one, I'm sure, with the door on it. And when you open the door, there's paper clips, hundreds of them flying right at you, so you shut the door. Now this is called ridiculous association, but it works. And if you practice that, you'll remember all those words really easy, and then you can multiply and keep going further and further and further. Mary Morrissey says to remember into the future. Now you think, well, how do you remember into the future? Well, it's quite easy. We've all had our image, or we take our picture that we've put into our mind of where and what we want to be doing in 6 months, a year, 5 years from now. So you remember that picture. Now go to that picture and listen and look around and see what's happening in that actual time of being, of yourself or others that are around you. What's being said? What's going on? You want to remember that and then bring that back to the present, and that will help you move towards that future that you want. That's called remembering into the future. So you might want to go over that again. Like I said, put your picture of your mind of what you want, and then put yourself into that picture 5 years from now or whenever it is, and listen and look around you and see what's going on. You're liable to pick up some tips, which then you can bring back to the current time, which will help move you into that future you. Very interesting. Also, I'd like to mention you can get a good book which is can help you with this. It's called The Memory Book, and it's by Jerry Lucas and Harry Lorraine. So that's it for today. Practice things, they're fun to do, and hopefully your memory will improve. Thanks, and have a great day.